Today, I am going to tell you about an event that you may have heard before. It's one of the most famous events in history. It takes place at the very beginning of time. There was no earth, no moon, no sun. Everything was dark and empty. Then, God spoke and created the heavens and the earth. He created animals, plants, and finally, human beings. The first man was named Adam, and the first woman was named Eve. Adam and Eve had a wonderful life. They had everything they needed. God gave them only one rule. He said, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. For when you eat of it, you will surely die." Well, that's pretty easy. Just one rule. All Adam and Eve needed to do was come under God's authority, and He promised to provide for them and protect them. One day, while Adam and Eve were walking in the garden, Satan took on the form of a serpent and came up to them. Satan asked Eve, "Did God really say you can't eat any fruit in the garden?" Eve answered, "We can eat any fruit except this tree." Satan responds, "God just doesn't want you to be as smart as He is." Eve made a terrible mistake. She listened to Satan's lies and fell for them. She decided to come out from under God's authority and do things the way she wanted. Eve took some of the fruit and ate it. With that, she took the first step of resisting God's authority. To make things worse, Eve turned and gave some of the fruit to Adam. Guess what? Adam made the same terrible choice. Adam resisted God's authority and ate of the fruit. With that, Adam and Eve came out from under God's authority and committed the very first sin. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Adam and Eve had a perfect life with only one rule. They could have and should have stayed under God's amazing authority and allowed Him to provide for and protect them. If only they had listened to God instead of the devil, if only they had stayed under God's authority and obeyed, then sin may have never entered into the world. Today, we are learning from this event. We are learning about how we can make a better choice than Adam and Eve did. We can choose to stay under God's authority instead of resisting it.